Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'd like to briefly go into what the differences are between a rear drag reel, a front drag reel and a Baitrunner reel. Now you might be thinking about buying your first fishing reel or getting into fishing, and all the terminology might confuse you a little bit, so this might be the video for you. So in this video, especially if you're new to fishing, I just want to explain briefly the differences. When you're buying a reel, you might think, what do these terms mean? What is rear drag? What is front drag? What is a Baitrunner? What does Freespool mean? What do I need? So I'm just going to explain simply the differences between these types of reel. So what I have here is I have a rear drag reel, I have a front drag reel, and then I have two Baitrunner or Freespool reels. I'm just going to put one of those aside. So these three different types of reel. Right, here we go with the first one. So the first one to look at is the rear drag type reel. All reels have a clutch system that you can loosen and tighten to allow line to come off the reel loosely, or you can add a bit of resistance, and they've usually got a knob that you turn. This is at the rear, so if you turn this knob one way, it will stiffen up the spool. If you turn it the other way, it will loosen the spool. So while you're fishing or before you catch the fish, you can set this appropriately to the fish itself, how big it might be, how hard it fights. The benefit of a rear drag reel, mainly, I would say, is that when you're fishing, you can imagine if I'm reeling a fish in and it's quite powerful and it's taking too much line off here, I can easily adjust this rear drag while I'm fishing. So I can tighten that up and then just carry on playing the fish. I can adjust this here. So this is quite a common reel. I've used these for many years. A lot of general purpose coarse fishing, float fishing, ledger fishing, you can use a rear drag type reel. Now we come on to the front drag reel. You can see it's got a shorter body and it doesn't have the knob here at the back. There's nothing at the back, and that's because you adjust the drag at the front here. So this one, instead of having, on this one you've just got a button that you can push in to remove the spool on the rear drag. The front drag reel, you can adjust the drag. When I say the drag, I mean the tension of the line. So you can adjust it at the front here. So a disadvantage straight away is that if you're playing the fish and you want to adjust that, you've kind of got to reach around the front to get at it. So that's not such a good thing. Although there are arguments that the front drag style of reel has better control. It allows the line off smoother. There are many advantages and disadvantages, but that's for another video. So that's the basic difference, that the drag adjustment is at the front here, and on the rear drag it's at the rear. Now you've got the Baitrunner or the Freespool reel, mainly used in carp fishing, bottom feeder fish, powerful fish, and this allows you to leave your rod unattended without the whole setup flying into the water. I've got a separate video explaining what a Baitrunner is, or a Freespool reel, in more detail. For this one I'll just briefly explain. So with this one you actually have two drag settings. You've got a rear and a front. When you're playing the fish you set the front drag, and when you're waiting for the fish you set the rear drag lightly, and that allows line to be removed from the front one. And there's a button here that engages or disengages this rear drag. So that is the main differences with reels. So if you're looking to get into fishing, if you want to do some general float fishing, leisure fishing, I'd probably recommend getting just a standard rear drag. Nice and easy to adjust the drag while you're playing the fish. You can pick these up cheaply. If you're getting into carp fishing, I would recommend getting a Baitrunner or Freespool reel, and you use this in conjunction with your bite alarms on a rest. And then if you're looking at doing something like say pellet waggler fishing, you kind of float fishing at a distance, you want the reel to really release that line nice and smoothly at a distance, I'd maybe recommend getting the front drag. But there you have it. That is sort of the main differences with those different types of reels. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more fishing related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.